Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Augusta, Illinois, and Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sun Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Brandon Thomas is on the camera. Unfortunately, you won't be able to hear him tonight, as our setup here does not allow that. But we are happy to be with you here as the band is right behind us. You'll get to hear them play the national anthem tonight, which is always good. This is a very, very solid band. It's not large, but they are pretty darn good here at Southeastern High School. And we're happy to be able to have the national anthem played by them. It's the Central Panthers, Camp Point Central, and Southeastern tonight. Those two schools co-op for basketball, but they are rivals on the boys' basketball floor, and that's what we have here tonight, as the Panthers have made the very short trip, probably the shortest trip of the year maybe, to play the Suns here in Augusta tonight. As we get ready for the aforementioned national anthem, when that time comes, we'll turn my mic down, turn the other mic up, and let you folks hear it at home. Again, going to be played tonight by the Southeastern Suns pep band. Was the national anthem is played and performed by the Southeastern High School Pep Band. Now it'll be time for the starting lineups. Coach Kyle Rigg on the announcing tonight. Corbin Hoosier's the starter. Number 24, Luke Ippenson. Number 32 is Caden Niekamp. Number 33 is Elijah Ginnenbacher. And missed the first starter for them, so we'll get that in a minute. Here comes the starting lineup for the Southeastern Suns. As the cheerleaders, doing a dance, but Brandon is focused on the players. So there's the cheerleaders as they do a pre-game routine every night. Then they will come over to the team. Griffin Tippy, the call that keeps this thing moving for the Suns. Brady McClintock, a freshman, number 3. Number 5, Jaron Henry. Tristan Hester, number 13. And number 25, Aiden Akers. Those will be your starters for tonight's contest for the Southeastern Suns. Again, we're happy to have you here tonight with us as we get ready to fire things off. It is the first quarter, and we are underway. The tip won by Aiden Akers, and Griffin Tippy comes down with it. So just underway, no score. 7:50 to go in quarter number one. Brady McClintock with it. Ball tipped away out of bounds by number 30, Briggs Wiskerson. He is a sophomore. So we'll tell you the classes here for the two teams. A senior in Tippy, a freshman in McClintock. Akers is a senior. Hester is a junior. And Henry is a senior. And speaking of Henry, his three's off, no good. A rebound picked up by Ginnenbacher. And Ginnenbacher slows things down. Ginnenbacher, the only senior on the floor and on the team for the Central Panthers. There's Hoosier. Hoosier is a sophomore. Three on the way by Ginnenbacher, off no good. Hoosier with the rebound, and a foul is going to be called. There's a whole lot of arm. As that was probably a good call. Tristan Hester is going to pick up the foul. His first, team's first. Hoosier to inbound, gets it to Ginnenbacher. Out there with it now is number 32, Caden Niekamp. He's a junior. Ball stays. Also out there, number 24 is a freshman, Luke Impinson, freshman on Central squad. And as we said, number 30, Wiskerson, is a sophomore. So the Central Panthers, very young. They had some trouble with the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament, but they play a lot of young kids. One junior, one senior, and a couple sophomores and a freshman. The Suns, there's Wiskerson for three, and it's good. It's a Ronaby Auto Sales three-pointer for the sophomore Briggs Wiskerson, and Tippy now drives, pull-up jumper, good as well over the top of Ginnenbacher. A lot of contact there. They're going to call a charge. Foul, I believe, on 24. Wait for it to come on the scoreboard. It's the first team foul, nonetheless. I believe it was on number 24, Ippenson, the freshman. It is on Ippenson. They've got him with 2 fouls, but he really only has 1. Down low, up and under move for Hester. He's going to draw a foul. This one's going to be on Hoosier, I believe. It is on number 21. That, as I said, is Corbin Hoosier, one of the sophomores starting for the Panthers tonight. 5:42 to go here in quarter number one. 3-2. First free throw is good by Hester. So we're tied at 3 now. Wiskerson got the three-pointer for the Panthers. Tippy has a made basket, and Hester is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. That's how we're tied at 3 here with 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Ginnenbacher, Wiskerson, over to Ippenson. Down low, Hoosier, and Hoosier's going to be fouled. Let's see who it's on. Good crew here tonight working. That's going to be on Hester as well, his second. Both team fouls are on Tristan Hester. He'll take a seat. Checking into the ball game, going to be number 34, Owen Northern, the 5'10 senior, checks in for Suns. Ball tipped away by McClintock, saved and saved in to Akers. Akers down court to Henry, to Tippy. Tippy looks at the three, doesn't take it. Back to Henry, wide open three, left corner. Good for a Ron Elby Auto Sales three-pointer, and the Suns lead 6-3. Hop in that live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Up top, that's Niekamp with it. Now it's Ippenson. Hoosier over to Ginenbacher. Now Wiskirchen with it. Comes back to Ginenbacher. Ginenbacher to the rack. Can't get it to fall. Hoosier with the rebound. Turn around, put back. Ginenbacher with a rebound and the putback. And finally, Panthers get it to go, and they're down by 1. Akers wide right on that attempt from just past the right elbow. 4:12 to go in the first quarter. Wiskirchen again for three. It's off this time. Henry with a rebound. Griffin Tippy, halfway through quarter number 1, has the basketball. The Suns have a 1-point lead. Tippy still on the dribble. Pull-up jumper from just inside the three-point line. Ginenbacher is going to go underneath and get the foul call. Be his first, team's third, unofficially. Ginenbacher gets the foul. Tippy at the free throw line. He hits the first. Subs coming in. Niekamp of the Kale variety coming in for the Panthers. As Hoosier sits down, also in for the Suns, number 14, Gunnar Walker. Second one good as well for Tippy, and he expands the lead to 3 at 8-5. That's the largest lead for either team has been 3. It was 3-0 Panthers, then 6-3 Suns. Now it's 8-5. Niekamp, speaking of 5, has the basketball. He gives it to Ginenbacher. Ginenbacher into the lane, and the C's parted, and he got another good look at the basket and gets it to fall. It's 8-7. 4 points for Elijah Ginenbacher. Ginenbacher with the block. Then the ball went right back to him. He was standing on the baseline. It's a turnover. Back to the Suns. Henry into Walker. Now to Tippy. Tippy pull up. Long three, top of key, well off the mark to the right. Ippenson picks it up off the floor, and he brings it back the other way. Wiskirchen with it now. Back to Ippenson. 3, right wing, long. Oh, what a job by Ginenbacher to save that in. Wiskirchen misses another one, this time from the left side. And Tippy has it. Back the other way in a hurry he goes. Ginenbacher runs him off the paint, and he misses a shot. Rebound by Caden Niekamp. A very, very good, obviously, football team for these Central Panthers. Wiskirchen. A 3. Rod Auto Sales three-pointer for Briggs Wiskirchen. And kind of the driving force, I think, behind that football team for the Panthers is that number 33 you see on the basketball court, Elijah Ginenbacher. They're going to miss him after this year on the football and basketball field. Akers through the zig. Walker went the zag, and it's a turnover. Subs coming in. Cruz Miles in for the Panthers. Eichen, a junior, in for the Panthers. And also number 44 is Colin Bachhold in for the Panthers as they've made some pretty wholesale changes. Down low, Bachhold kicks it out. Cale Niekamp had it. Ginenbacher for 3. Just past the right side of the top of the key. And I do believe that's going to be a foul on number 44. Colin, it is on Colin Bockhold. His first team's fourth. That means that the Suns will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Not real sure, but maybe Jaron Henry, who checked out. McClintock back in. Might have gotten hit in the head on that deal. 90 seconds left here in quarter number one. Hopping that live chat tells you, Tippy, a turnaround jumper, leaves it short. Ginnebacher with a rebound. He pushes it back the other way. He's going to drive. Northern cuts him off, and there's going to be a foul called. It is a block. And a good one, good call there as Owen Northern had position, and Ginnebacher kind of took a sidestep. They call it on the floor, though. Northern picks up the foul. Ginnebacher sidestepped him, and Northern leaned into it. Ginnebacher up top. Cruz Miles comes to the corner to Niekamp of the Kale variety. Caden Niekamp not in the game at the moment. Kale Niekamp comes to Eichen, now to Ginnebacher. Ginnebacher, the only starter on the floor at this moment for the Panthers. 52 seconds remaining. Niekamp lost the ball, gathered it back up. Now it was stolen away, but now knocked away again by Tippy. That's two straight tips by Tippy, and neither one of them were being able to be recovered by the Suns. So the Panthers still have the basketball as we approach the 30-second mark here. 30 seconds remaining in quarter number one. Ginnebacher lets some more time run off. Akers comes up to guard him, though, makes the count. That means he has to do something with the basketball. Niekamp with it. 15 seconds remaining as they are trying to hold for one shot here. Nearly had a couple turnovers. Down to Cale Niekamp. Oh, nice move, but he can't finish. The rebound tipped around. Owen Northern comes up with it. 5 seconds. Tippy now. 3, 2, 1. Pull up from the 10-foot line. Just a smidge short, and that's how quarter number one is going to come to an end. It's 10-8. Panthers with the lead over the Suns. You're watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sun Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets a much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
And welcome back here to Southeastern High School in Augusta, Illinois, as you're watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sun Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It is the Panthers of Central High School, Camp Point Central, just down the road from Augusta and Bowen. So Southeastern and Central doing battle here tonight, and they are a pair of teams that, as you folks, most of you probably know, co-op in girls basketball, and they have a very good girls basketball team. We'll see them on the 16th and the 18th is the plan. They play here at Southeastern those nights, or those days and nights, and one of them is a day, the 16th is a night. Saturday, the 18th, I think it's a 1 p.m. start. There's a shot up off, no good as we're underway here in the second quarter. And ball tipped around. Wiskirchen comes up with it, throws it up way too hard. It goes off of Tippy out of bounds, and that was just bad luck. And it goes back to Central. Hoosier's going to inbound, so it's Wiskirchen, Ippenson, Cruz Miles, and Caden Niekamp on the floor. Tippy's going to get a steal from Hoosier. Those are the Panthers players right now. Tippy's going to throw it up hard off the glass. There's a lot of contact. Now a jump ball, and it'll be Suns basketball with 7:21 to go in the second quarter. For the Suns, it's Aiden Akers, number 25. Jaron Henry back in, number 5. Tristan Hester playing with 2 fouls is in, number 13. Brady McClintock, number 3, and Griffin Tippy, 0. There's an inbounds play. Back to Henry. He can't finish on the fadeaway bank shot. And it's back to Central. So Miles has the basketball now. Ippenson. Wiskirchen. So 4 sophomores, or a freshman, 3 sophomores, and a junior on the floor for Central right now. McClintock gets the steal. Wisconsin tries to swipe it away, can't do it. Down in the corner it goes to Akers. Akers drives baseline. He's going to be fouled from behind. Shot won't go, but he'll get a couple free throws. Foul's going to be, I believe, on number 21, Corbin Hoosier. It is on him. It'll be his first of, or team's first of the second quarter. I believe that's Hoosier's second. And Akers got a couple free throws coming with 6:48 to go here in the first half. He left the first one short. Second one is good. So the Suns stop a 5-0 run that all happened at the end of the first quarter to cut the lead back to 1. They led 8-5 before the Panthers scored those 5 straight. Ippinson. Cruz Miles back to Ippinson at dribbles. Caden Niekamp to Ippinson. 6:22 to go on the right side now. Wisconsin with it, and he's going to be fouled by Hester, and Hester's going to pick up his third. First team foul of the quarter. Hester has got 3 fouls now. He probably will not see any more playing time here in the first half, I don't believe. Caden Niekamp with it, Ippinson. Wisconsin up top now. Now they're around to their left side. Still on the dribble, dribbling back to the left side as they do a little 3-man weave at the top of the key. A little dribble handoff action, and then it's going to be Wisconsin and Caden Niekamp. As Niekamp went in, Wisconsin threw outs, meaning out to the 3-point line. And it's going to be a turnover. 6 minutes to go in the first half. It's 10-9. Suns have the basketball, trailing by 1. McClintock wide open left wing 3, way too long. Rebound was Ginnenbacher. It did not get backboard or rim. 5:40 to go. We've seen a lot of really long and wide right shots from the Suns here in this one, which is abnormal. Normally a pretty good shooting team. Caden Niekamp did a good job of catching that ball to keep it from going over and back as it was right at his feet. Now McClintock's going to get called for the foul as he reached around from behind to knock it away. He's going to pick up the foul. That's the Suns' second. First on Brady McClintock. Caden Niekamp with it. Jaron Henry on him. Causing all kinds of problems. Akers nearly with the steal from Hoosier. Couldn't gather it up. Ginnenbacher. Wisconsin. Left wing 3 is long. Rebound to Henry. He gets it to Akers. Akers pushes it up the far side for the Suns and then loses it out of bounds. And that poor gentleman was sitting down with his head down. Nearly got hit right in the top of the head with the basketball. So he did not expect it to be coming at him. But it did nonetheless. Caden Niekamp takes a seat. Tatum Eichen checks in for him. Also in is Cale Niekamp. And also in is Colin Bachhold. As Wisconsin and Ginnenbacher, the only players stayed on during that change. Heads up. As Bachhold rifled one right into the bleachers, and Akers is having a little conversation with that fan who's standing there with he's all lounged back with his hat on down and a vest trying to look all cool, and he was nearly got smacked right in the head by the basketball. It went right beside him with zero reaction until after it hit the bleachers. That would have had a lot of fun with that at school tomorrow, I would imagine. Tippy's shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul on Ginnenbacher. That'll be the second on Ginnenbacher. Both of those fouls have been against a driving Tippy. And with 4:23 to go in the first half, Tippy will be back at the free throw line. He made 2 of 2 earlier. He's got 4 points. Makes the first again. And we are tied at 10. 4:23 to go. It was 10-8 at the end of the first quarter. Suns have scored 2 free throws. The Panthers have not scored yet here in quarter number 2. Tippy missed the second. We stay tied at 10. 4:20 remaining. Eichen with it now. He tries to get it back up to Wiskerchen. It's knocked out of bounds by Tippy, and it will be that same kid is getting harassed over there for a different reason this time. His feet in the way. 4:10 to go. I'm kind of surprised that there's a pull-up jumper by Wiskerchen off no good. Kind of surprised they let people sit in the front row here, to be blatantly honest with you. Of course, when it gets full, they can't really help it, I guess. But Henry for three, left wing, off no good. Eichen tracks down the rebound, gives it to Ginnenbacher with 3:45 to go. Jason Arthur in the house tonight. Thanks for joining us, Jason. Appreciate it. Hopefully you're out there saving lives or relaxing, whichever the case may be. I guess it'd be better if you didn't have any lives that needed saving, wouldn't it? Ginnenbacher with it. Wiskerchen looks. He's going to drive this time. Dumps it back to Cale Niekamp, who lost it but tracked it down. 3:20 remaining. Ginnenbacher for three. Left that one short, and it's going to go off of Tippy out of bounds. Oh. I thought that was going to go the other way. I thought it went off Tippy's hands. Tippy just kind of had a look on his face that he kind of thought the same thing. McClintock checks in. Henry checks out for the Suns. So it's Tippy, Akers, McClintock, Owen Northern, and Walker on the floor for the Suns. It's Cale Niekamp. Away from the basketball, a foul's going to be called on the Suns. Maybe? It is going to be on Aiden Akers on a hold. Ippenson and Caden Niekamp check back in. Timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout charged to the Suns. Take this opportunity to tell you this game tonight being brought to you by Adams Experts. Looking for top-notch local computer sales and repair services? Call Adams Experts in Quincy at 217-214-3423 for fast, friendly, and affordable assistance. We make technology work. That's Adams Experts, your go-to when your computer goes down. And Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.ronelby.com to check out their inventory. I want to thank all our sponsors for coming on board and helping us. Jason chilling at the homestead tonight, he says. Good to have him joining us. Ginnenbacher with 2:50 remaining has the basketball. Still tied at 10. The Panthers have not scored here in quarter number 2 as of yet. They've had a few open looks, have not got the ball to fall. At the end of the first quarter, when they kind of went on a 5-0 run, they started getting the ball inside and driving to the basket, getting some offensive rebounds. Here's Wiskerchen as they tried to push towards the lane. Wiskerchen for three. That's off the mark. Bachhold with the rebound. He's going to kick it out. Tippy's going to steal it away. Tippy, layup, good, and the Suns have the lead back. Suns have scored just 4 points of their own, but it's enough to give them the lead here with 2 minutes remaining. Ippenson with it. Akers guarding Caden Niekamp. Ippenson now guarded by McClintock. That's a couple freshmen. And there's a push. It's going to be on Brady McClintock. No shot. Foul is on McClintock. It'll be his second. And should be team foul number 4, they say. I've only got 3. We'll put it to 4 then. Oh, I didn't put Akers' last one on there. Ginnenbacher, 3, right wing. It's way long. Saved in by Bachhold, but he was on the baseline. Back to the Suns. 1:35 to go. Sub coming in. Cale Niekamp going to come in. Colin Bachhold will leave as we approach the 90-second mark of quarter number 2. Tippy with it across half court. Caden Niekamp's going to pick him up now as they have taken Ginenbacher off of Tippy. They may have to switch to him at some point, but hey, Zoe and Emma, hope you guys are doing well watching tonight. Oh, there's a pass down to Ippenson, and the layup's up and in. At the 1:05 mark, the Panthers get their first bucket of the quarter, and we're tied at 12. Tippy with 52 seconds has the basketball. Suns looking to get back in the lead. Tippy throws looking for a pick and roll to Akers, but Caden Niekamp took it away. Now Ginenbacher's going to drive. His shot's up and in. And the Panthers retake the lead. 4 quick points in about 35 or 25 seconds. And now Caden Niekamp is going to reach in and make a foul. 34.2 seconds left. That's the first foul on Caden Niekamp. Hester has 3 for the Suns. He's sitting. Ginenbacher has 2 for the Panthers, and McClintock has 2 for the Suns. Those are the only people with more than 1 foul here. And a ball at the feet of Walker. He finally tracks it down. Jump ball, though, and possession is going to go back to Camp Point. Exactly 24 seconds remaining in this first half. Liz, thanks for hopping on, letting us know that Zoe and Emma are watching. It's always good to have those young ladies watching. Missed them at the holiday tournament this year. Ginenbacher looks at the 3. Right corner doesn't take it. Ippenson, under 10 seconds to go now. Down to 6. 3 on the way. Short. Picked up by Owen Northern. 1 second left. Throws it up, and it's no good. And that's how the half is going to end. Both teams managed just 4 points in the second quarter. And at the end of the first half, it's 14-12. The Panthers lead the Suns here at Southeastern High School in Augusta, Illinois. You're watching Adams Fiber coverage of the Suns on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in just about 6 minutes or so. You're watching high school varsity basketball from Augusta, Illinois.
Oh, welcome back. We're here with Adrian McGregor. Adrian, you're a Macomb guy.
Yes.
So you're living in Macomb, working at MDH.
Yes.
What's your position?
So I'm the Vice President of Clinical and Support Services here at the hospital. I have about 120 employees that roll up my direction through the organizational chart. And probably the easiest way to explain, so I have a great group of department directors that work for me. So areas like radiology and lab and physical therapy and cardiopulmonary services, those are kind of the main areas that roll my way. And then on the support side, pretty much all things with the plant, the facilities, keeping it clean, construction, all of that rolls up in my direction as well. So I never am bored, and I have plenty to do every day. So sometimes it feels like I just need more daylight than I need work. But this is a great organization, and I work with some of the best people in this community, and I'm proud of that. Mostly proud of all that they are and all that they do, and the employees and what they contribute to the organization. We have a great group.
So let's talk about construction a little bit.
Yes, sir.
There's the pharmacies getting built.
Yes.
You're constantly improving the buildings 1s and building 2.
Yes.
And then there's little things go on inside all the time too that I think people kind of miss.
Yes. Well, kind of going back to that 800,000 square foot number, there's always something going on. And I think we're going to be moving more towards a maintenance and improvement, incremental improvement over the next couple of years. One primarily is, after you have a campus, we're becoming pretty dense on this campus. The pharmacy's probably the last major project in the next couple of years, and it's a great one, don't get me wrong. But now we have to really focus on ensuring that we're staying one step ahead of maintaining these facilities, which is equally probably more challenging, quite frankly, than just building a brand new building. I'm excited to talk about the pharmacy, but to your latter comment, we're focusing a lot on removing wallpaper, painting walls, modernizing flooring, ensuring that we have level surfaces, that we don't have areas where patients would trip, converting out our lighting to ensure that it's the most energy efficient as possible, putting in redundant systems for our electricity, our HVAC systems to ensure that, okay, we may have a tornado come through, we may have storms come through. We have to have all that redundancy ready to go because, quite frankly, the people, we're in the business of people taking care of people. And somebody's grandma is a patient of ours. And we want to take care of that person as if they were ours. And so we have to have the form and the functions of systems that keep the ship running.
I think when people say construction, they think building a pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
But I would venture a guess that more often than not, most of the construction is within the facilities of what you already have. While trying in a hospital, it's if you're going to work on a room, the room has to be closed. I would imagine.
Yes.
You don't want the dust and whatever getting out in the hallway and getting into other rooms. It's not like, hey, let's go paint the house wall, right, or the living room wall. There's a lot more to it that I think construction is lost in that aspect a little bit on when we're watching all this stuff go on at the hospital.
Absolutely. Well, the focus is on patients first. And so anytime you're going to do something as simple as swap out some plumbing underneath a sink in a patient or around a patient area, there's a whole series of steps that we have to take to ensure whoever's doing the work, that they're in a contained area, that we have alternate areas for our patients to receive the same amount of care as if that area wasn't offline, to ensure that it's infection controlled. In other words, we're not creating more problems for patient care. We're trying to solve problems and create less issues and improve the area for patients. Yeah, it's a pretty extensive list that we go through prior to prepping. There are times when you wish you could just knock that project out on a quiet weekend, but we do have to follow proper protocol. And it's for best practice. It really is. It's for the ultimate goal of, yes, improving the area, but while you're doing it, you're not creating downstream problems that you really shouldn't, because you just skip 3 steps on a checklist. And we all are guilty of wanting to skip those steps, but we just don't have the luxury of doing that.
Well, Adrian, I greatly appreciate you coming and talking, and we just touched on some of the stuff that you deal with on a daily basis, so I'm sure we can talk to you again about some other things.
You bet.
But it was fun talking about the things that people kind of, I think, forget about a little bit, to get left behind. We talk about the doctors and the nurses all the time. We don't talk about the people that keep that
You bet.
stuff rolling. So I appreciate you being here. And
thank you
look
so
forward to
much.
talking to you
It was
soon.
wonderful. Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
McDonough District Hospital provided such quality health care for us. As we delivered our first child, it was a no-brainer for us to come back for the delivery of our second, and we're very excited to have such a great staff that will be here for us. We could have walked in with the clothes on our back and they would have had everything that we need, which I think is very important for the community.
The facilities are fantastic, state of the art, just put us at ease knowing that anything that she needed we were going to be able to get, and we couldn't ask for anything more.
And welcome back here to Augusta, Illinois, Southeastern High School, as you're watching Adams Fiber coverage of the Southeastern Suns on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. You can probably, I would imagine, hear the pep band in the background. A lot of pep in the pep band. Not a whole lot of pep in the offense for these two teams, though. 14-12 is the score. Both teams manages 4 points in the second half. It was 10-8 at the end of the first quarter, and then 4-4 in quarter number 2. Griffin Tippie is leading the Suns with 7 points. Jaron Henry has a 3. Tristan Hester, I believe, has 1 free throw. And Aiden Akers has a free throw. For the Central Panthers, it's 6 points for Elijah Ginnenbacher, 6 points on a couple threes by Briggs Wiskirchen, and 2 points for Ippenson. And that is the scoring for the ball game. Tippie flirting with double figures. Tristan Hester, one of the starters for the Suns, has 3 fouls. Brady McClintock has 2 fouls. And Elijah Ginnenbacher, the only player with more than 1 foul, I believe, for the Panthers. We'll keep an eye on that as the game rolls along, but I believe my stats are correct on that. So as we have reached the 1 minute mark of halftime here, we're getting ready to go with the second half. I want to thank you for joining us here as Adams Fiber bringing you coverage of Southeastern Sun Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. This game also being brought to you by Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served the Macomb and surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Erico and Taco Bell. They also have buy and sell used cell phones now, and they still might have some of the Amazon boxes. I know they're selling some items from those boxes, but they also may have a few of those Amazon surprise boxes. You can buy one, open it up, and just see what you get. I did one of those. It was a ton of fun. Got some cool stuff. There's Tippie driving, and a nice way to start the second half for Griffin Tippie and the Suns as he gets the first bucket of the period and ties the game at 14. Third quarter just underway. We're just over 30 seconds in, and it's already a bucket. Both teams, as I said, only scored 4 points apiece in the Edmondson missed the shot, puts it back up, off no good. Rebound by Tippie, and back the other way it goes again. Both teams have led here. Tippie back to the rack again, left that one short after some contact with Ginnenbacher. Stolen away by Hester. Goes to Akers. Akers pumps fakes, puts the shot up and in. And the Suns score the first 4 very quickly in less than a minute, and they lead by 2, 16-14. Suns scored very quickly in the first quarter as well, and they actually scored early in the second quarter and then didn't score anymore. So hopefully that, for their sake, that's not. Oh, it was almost tipped in by Caden Ginnenbacher. He wasn't trying to do it, but he still almost did it. It went up and hit the rim. Tippie back the other way. His shot's up and off, no good, but he's going to draw a foul. I think it's going to be on Hoosier, though, and that'll be his third, actually. It is on number 21, Corbin Hoosier, and he was the other player with 2 fouls. So he's got 3 now, the first player to have 3 for the Panthers. Griffin Tippie, who is now 4 for 5 from the free throw line in the game, hits that one. Matches the largest lead of the game for the Suns. He misses the second. Ginnenbacher will get the rebound. 6:30 remaining in the third quarter. Tippie nearly a steal and then goes against the scoring table. Pushes it back against the bleachers. And timeouts. A 30-second timeout charged to the Panthers. Both teams have now used the timeout. Both of them of the 30-second variety. This game being brought to you tonight in part by Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124. All while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. They head that way after the game tonight, in fact. Ball knocked out of bounds by McClintock. It'll stay with the Panthers. And very quickly to Ginnenbacher. Gives it to Wiskirchen, and they'll set up the offense, will the Central Panthers. Trailing by 3 at 17-14 now. It's a 5-0 run to open the half here for the Suns. Just about 2 minutes into the quarter. 6:03 to go in quarter number 3. So about 2 minutes right now into the half, and the Suns are on a 5-0 run. 5 points is one more than either team scored in the second quarter. They both scored 4 points in quarter number 2. It was 10-8 after, and a steal by Akers. He'll push it back the other way. Caden Niecamp's going to try and close him off. And swiped away by Wiskirchen. He's going to put the shot up, and a foul's going to be called. It's going to be on Wiskirchen. His first, team second. Henry gets it into Akers, tipped away, and Wiskirchen is going to pick up another one. Just that quickly, in a matter of 2 seconds, he gets 2 fouls. Team's got 3 already with 5:38 to go here in quarter number 3. Griffin Tippy gets the inbounds pass, gives it to McClintock on Wiskirchen. Oh, nice look into Hester, who does a spin around left-handed shot. Hard off the glass. Ginnenbacher gets the rebound. So the Suns unable to build on that 3-point lead. It's been their largest lead of the game. In fact, I do believe it's been the largest lead of the game for either team. Ginnenbacher missed the shot, might be partially blocked by Akers. A lot of contact down there, no foul called. Akers goes to Henry. Henry from 3, left wing. Good! Aranabe Auto Sales 3-pointer for Jaron Henry, his second of the game. He's got 6 points. And the Suns lead by 6, 20-14. Again, the Panthers, who didn't score to the 105 mark of quarter number 2, have went nearly 3.5 minutes now without scoring here in quarter number 3. It's a 8-0 run to start the half for the Suns. Down low, man, big contact. Akers is going to pick up the fouls. He fouled Hoosier. Checking in is going to be Cale Niekamp, the freshman, replacing Hoosier. It's 20-14. Suns have the lead, but the Panthers have the basketball. Out to Wiskirchen. Wiskirchen looked at the 3, didn't take it. A sophomore and a freshman doing battle there. There's a lot of youngsters playing in this game tonight, folks, the varsity level. Hippenson's a freshman. There's the only senior on the floor for the Panthers, Ginnenbacher. That shot off, no good by Wiskirchen. It's tipped out of bounds by Tippy, and it's going to be Panther basketball still with 4:20 to go here in quarter number 3. Long time to get it in. Ginnenbacher has it. He's going to drive, a little hop, step, jump, skip, off no good. And what are we going to call? Foul on a shot. On Hester again. That's his 4th if it is. And 2 free throws coming for Ginnenbacher. It is on Hester. Second team foul of the quarter, but the 4th one on Hester, and they've just had his number tonight. Ginnenbacher's first free throw's good, and the Panthers score with 4:15 to go in quarter number 3 for the first time. And that might have been an air ball. Goes out of bounds either way. Tippy with the basketball. Down low to Northern. Ippenson tried to play defense. Oh, and Northern had a wide open look. Too hard off the glass. Cale Niekamp up for the rebound. Ginnenbacher to Ippenson. So a couple freshmen out there. A sophomore, a junior, and a senior for the Panthers. A freshman. 3 seniors, 4 seniors for the Suns. Norden and Akers are both seniors. Tippy's a senior and Henry's a senior. That ball's thrown out of bounds. Gunnar Walker checks in. Walker's a junior. As they were trying to inbound the ball. Just make some substitutions on the fly. We'll just play a little hockey here tonight. Speed the game up. 3:20 remaining in the third quarter. Tippy got it off to Walker. Akers with it now, top of the key. Tippy had it tipped away. Fights for it on the ground. Comes up with it. Puts the shot up. Off, no good. Got his own rebound. Goes back up. Off and in. Off the back iron. And Griffin Tippy has 12 points. And the Suns back up to a 7-point advantage. Our largest lead of the game now. I shouldn't say back. They extend it to a 7-point advantage. There's a kick by Tippy. It'll stay with the Panthers. No one to check in, so it's 2:43 to go. And offense has been a struggle. As much of a struggle as it was for the Suns in the fresh soft game, it's been that much of a struggle for the Panthers. And that's the first field goal of the half for the Panthers at the 2:35 mark. They scored at the 1:05 mark to get their first point of the quarter in quarter number 2. They ended up with 4 points. They have 3 points here in quarter number 3. The first one came on a free throw by Ginnenbacher at the 4:15 mark. And in that 2:35 bucket was their first made field goal. It's back to a 5-point game. The problem is there's Tippy for three. He's got a Runaway Auto Sales three-pointer for Griffin Tippy. And now it's back to up to an 8-point advantage. They extend it again by 1. There's Impinson going down low for Caden Niekamp. It's tipped around. Walker can't come up with it. Wiskerchen does and settles things down for the Panthers. 1:45 remaining in the third quarter. Neither team in any free throw shooting threat. Impinson for 3, well too long. Owen Northern with a rebound. Outlets it to Akers. Akers bounce pass and a nice one to Henry, but it was just a little too low for the taller Henry to go down and grab and effectively. But man, that was a sweet looking bounce pass from Aiden Akers. You don't get to see that very often anymore. As McClintock checks in, Henry checks out. Eichen is in for the Panthers. And also in for the Panthers is Bachhold. So it is Cruz Miles. So it's Eichen, Bachhold, Cruz Miles, Ginnenbacher, and Cale Niekamp in for the Panthers. It's Ginnenbacher left elbow, guarded by Tippy. Turned around, left it short. Bachhold with the rebound. He's fouled with a 1:11 to go. Going to be Tippy, I believe, on the foul. We'll see. Nope, they're going to call the foul on Owen Northern. That'll be his second. Team's second. Free throws for Colin Bachhold. First one short off front iron, no good. One's across the board on the time. It's 25-17. Second free throw, good for Bachhold. .105 remaining. Tippy to the rack, count it. Griffin Tippy taking over a little bit here. Back to an 8 to make it up to a 9-point advantage as they're trading. Unfortunately for Central, as they're scoring a point or two, but the problem is the Suns are scoring one more than them when they go back down the floor. 2 times this happened on free throws. One time they made their only bucket of the quarter, and they made a 3-pointer in response, did the Suns. Ginnenbacher. In all honesty, the Panthers have to feel like they're lucky to be only down by 9 here, having scored 4 points in the second quarter, and now they are holding for the last shot here, and they've only scored 4 points in this quarter. Ginnenbacher drives baseline, into the lane, puts the shot up. It's off, no good. Tipped around, come down by Akers with 10 seconds left. Tippy pushes it back the other way. Griffin Tippy, little pull-up jumper. Front iron, no good. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Half-court jumper way off left, no good. And that's how the quarter is going to come to an end. The Suns outscore the Panthers 15-4 in quarter number 3, and they lead 27-18. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the final 8 minutes. You're watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sun Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Sometimes the best healing happens at home. MDH Home Healthcare provides skilled services to children or adults in need of nursing or therapy services. MDH Home Healthcare covers McDonough County and portions of Fulton, Hancock, Schuyler, and Warren counties. Specialized expertise in wound care, IV medication administration, medication teaching, and orthopedic care is available to patients in their own home. Visit MDH.org to learn more about home healthcare. The care you need, the comfort of home.
And welcome back to Southeastern High School in Augusta, Illinois. You're watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sun Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It's the Southeastern Suns and the Camp Point Central Panthers. The Suns have a bit of an offensive explosion, at least as far as this game is concerned. They're in quarter number 3 as we start quarter number 4. They outscored the Panthers 15-4. Aiden Akers right to the rack and puts it up and in. Largest lead of the game, double digits for the first time at 11, 29-18. And unfortunately for the Panthers, they have managed just 4 points a quarter for the middle 2 quarters of this game. A little more jump in the step of the Suns, it looks like here. Starters minus Hester on the floor for the Suns. It's Owen Northern instead joining the starters, Jaron Henry, Brady McClintock. There's a turnaround jumper by Hoosier is good. Nice little turnaround shot for Hoosier, the sophomore. So it's Tippy, Owen Northern, Brady McClintock, Jaron Henry, and Northern's going to drive the baseline and step on the baseline out of bounds. 7:01 to go. It's a 9-point lead, but the Central Panthers have the basketball. They've already scored their first bucket of the quarter. It took them to the 2:35 mark of the third quarter to get a field goal. They did score a point just under 4 minutes in. And then in the second quarter, it took them to the 1:05 mark to get their first bucket. Hoosier baseline jumper again is good. 6:40 remaining. It's down to a 7-point game. Jaron Henry with it now. On the floor for the Panthers, it's number 10, Cruz Miles. Number 30, Briggs Wisgerchen. Brady McClintock down low, counted in a foul, and I do believe Cruz Miles is going to pick up the foul. Bucket is good. It is on Cruz Miles. That'll be his first, team's first of the quarter. An old-fashioned three-point play attempt coming here, back to a 10-point advantage. And he does the freshman Brady McClintock. Those are a couple of youngsters, a sophomore and a freshman doing battle there. They're going to see each other for quite some time in this rivalry matchup between these two schools. On the floor for the Panthers, it's Cruz Miles, as I said. Over there on the far side right now with it is Luke Ippenson. He's one of the starters. Braden Niecamp's there. Wisgerchen, the Briggs variety right there. And then Hoosier is the other starter here in quarter number 4. 3 on the way by Wisgerchen is good. Aron Abiato Sales three-pointer, and it's a 7-point lead again. Tippy. Henry, step back, long 2. Good. And suddenly the two teams have found their offensive stroke. The problem for the Panthers is the Suns found it a little bit earlier there in quarter number 3. Miles with it. Ginnenbacher is sitting. It's the first time he's sat tonight. He played the full first three quarters. Akers, nope, they're going to step on the baseline was Corbin Hoosier. And there comes Ginnenbacher back in. Gunnar Walker checks in as well. It's Cruz and Owen Northern taking a seat for the two teams respectively. McClintock drives, puts the shot up. It's hard off the glass, no good, but he gets his own rebound. And he's going to throw it over and back as he was going to Walker. And Tippy saw Walker And he let up on it while Walker had started away, and Tippy didn't realize it. It's an over and back violation. And it'll be Panthers basketball, trailing by 9 with 5:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Ginnenbacher, who got an extended break at the start of the quarter, back in the ball game now. Wiskirchen on the dribble. He's going to go to Caden Niekamp. Back to Ginnenbacher. 5 minutes remain. It's a 9-point lead for the Suns. Both teams have come to life a little bit offensively here in this fourth quarter. Panthers especially. Ginnenbacher's going to drive. He puts the runner up. It bounces around and falls through. We're back to a 7-point game. Largest lead of the game came at the beginning of this fourth quarter when it was an 11-point game. McClintock, who's put some points on the board here in this quarter, dumps it out to Akers. 4:23 remaining. Tippy has a game-high 17 points, and they're going to call Aiden Akers for a charge, and that's wasn't much, but he did run into Wiskirchen on purpose, and it's enough to get the foul call. For Akers, it's his second, team's first. Gunnar Walker checks in, Brady McClintock checks out, and it's going to be Panthers basketball. Chance to cut it to a true two-possession game here. You get a 4-point play, you can make this a two-possession game here, but we have not seen that yet tonight. Although we did have one game where we had 2 of those here in Southeastern earlier this year, so things happen, as our buddy B.J. Stone likes to say. There's a 3-point play the old-fashioned way, and that might be 5 fouls on Hester. It is. Well, he got 5 fouls, and I bet that poor kid hasn't played 5 minutes today. His number's gotten called on almost every foul when he's in the game, it seems like, and he is done for the night. It's a 5-point game on Hester's 5th foul, and Corbin Hoosier a chance to cut it to 4 here. He does. Both teams have been scoring a little more effectively here in the fourth quarter. Brady McClintock drives, kicks it out to Akers. Akers 3, top of the key, no good. Tippy tips it, but can't come down with it. Caden Niekamp gets the rebound. 4-point advantage was 9 to start the quarter, 11 at 1 point for the Suns, and a foul on Gunnar Walker as he tried to get into the passing lane to steal the ball. Problem was, Wiskirchen, who was over there, came to the ball. As Eichen's going to take a seat. Ippenson back in. 3:11 to go. It's a 4-point game. There's Ippenson with it. Ippenson again. Down to 2:45 remaining, taking a lot of time here. And Henry had it and lost it out of bounds. Near steal by Jaron Henry. Can't hold on to it, though, and it's going to stay with the Panthers with 2:40 remaining. Down low, Hoosier again, another look. Can't get the fall, but nobody gets the rebound. Ginnenbacher does, and he turn around jumper, and it's a 2-point game. Tippy. McClintock. Gives it to Akers. Akers draw. Oh, what a jump step and a stop and a pop for Aiden Akers. He's had a great bounce pass that didn't quite work out, and then that was a great move to the basket to stop the bleeding for the Suns for at least a few moments. 2 minutes and 2 seconds left. Timeout on the floor. Charge to the Panthers. It'll be their final 32nd timeout. They'll have 3 timeouts remaining. All of them will be full. This game being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital, Athletic Trainers MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell, 2 in Macomb, and also in Monmouth. Provide expert help to area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. It was Corbin Hoosier who got things going here in the fourth quarter for the Panthers. He's got 7 points, I believe 5 of those here in the fourth quarter. And the Panthers, who managed just 18 points through the first 3 quarters, have already scored 14 here in quarter number 4 and are trying to get this thing back in the right side column for them. They have led in this game. They led at the end of the first quarter 10-8. They led at the end of the half 14-12. It was a 15-4 run for the Suns in quarter number 3, though. Now Ginenbacher down low, puts the shot up too hard. Hoosier there for the rebound and a put back, and it's a 2-point game again. 36-34. 1:30 remaining. Tippy is going to be fouled by Wiskirchen. That'll be 3 on Wiskirchen. Just team foul number 2 on the Panthers. So they got fouls to give here. They can be very, I don't want to say forceful defensively here because they still have 2 fouls to give with 1:28 to go. They're down by 2. So you can take some risks, maybe be a little more controlling or pressing than you normally are. Hoosier on McClintock. And you can see him right up in the grill of McClintock using a lot of hands. They're going to give it off to Walker. Now to Tippy, 1:18 remaining. Pick and a foul on Wiskirchen. And the problem for that is it's number 4 on Wiskirchen. It's team foul number 3 of the quarter for the Panthers. So they still have 1 more foul to give here with 1:15 remaining. They're doing a good job of pressuring Noe. They were all over McClintock, the freshman, trying to get him to make a mistake. And they turn it over. A chance to tie or take a lead here. Caden Niekamp got the steal. They put it in the hands of their only senior right now, Ginenbacher. 1:05 remaining. Wiskirchen has it. Man-to-man defense. Oh, Impinson saved it just before it went out of bounds. And the corner it goes to Caden Niekamp. Ginenbacher gets it back. He's got Brady McClintock, the freshman, and freshman knocks it away. But it's picked up by Wiskirchen. Back to Impinson, 45 seconds remaining. Back to Ginenbacher. He looks at the clock, 40 seconds left. Ginenbacher's going to take some time here. A tie, if a 2. Oh, what a move and what a drive, and it's tied at 36. Caden Niekamp gets the bucket, and we're tied at 36. And a timeout on the floor, charged to the Panthers. They're down to 2, and the Suns, who led by 9 going into this quarter and had held the Panthers to 4 points in each of the middle 2 quarters, have given up as much here in quarter number 4 as they'd given up the entire game prior. It's 36-36. And the Panthers have scored 18 points. But the Suns have the basketball just after Caden Niekamp made a great play. You don't see plays ran very often anymore, it seems like. There's a whole lot of motion offense, people just moving, and you can't really see the play, but you could see that play happen, a pick away from the ball. And Caden Niekamp got a wide open run through the lane. They got him the ball, and he got the layup to fall. And with 26.9 seconds remaining, there you see the Panthers who have clawed their way all the way back to tie it here at 26.9 seconds. And that steal by Caden Niekamp on the inbound proves to be huge after the foul. They still have a foul to give. Both teams do. So a foul here isn't disastrous. So they can still pressure the ball a ton if they want to. And I would not be surprised to see them pick up full court man-man, but they're not going to. They're going to fall back and pick them up at the half-court stripe, it looks like. Well, maybe not. They are going to pick them up at half-court, maybe three-quarter court man. We'll see what they do here. They are in as Tippy's going to have it. Caden Niekamp gives a lot of body, no foul call. McClintock to Akers, 20 seconds left. Akers is going to drive. He's got a lane to the basket. He's fouled. Count it! And a foul. Aiden Akers, who has played very well here in the second half, gets the bucket to fall with 16.5 seconds left. Foul is on Corbin Hoosier. It's his fourth. Panthers now will have the Suns shooting free throws the rest of the way. Akers free throw, good. And the Suns retake a 3-point lead. So the key to that free throw is it takes something outside the arc. Timeout as Ginenbarker goes right to the coach, and the ball will be right there by their bench. It's a full timeout. That's all they have left. They'll be down to one. Timeout will the Camp Point Central Panthers. They tied it at 36. Aiden Akers drove to the basket. He found a lane. He got there, drew the contact, powered through that contact, got the shot to fall, then hits the free throw. And the senior, against one of their closest rivals, has got the game-winning basket as of right now. But the Panthers have the basketball with 11.4 seconds remaining, and they have a chance to tie here. The biggest part about that free throw for Akers, well, it doesn't keep the Panthers from being able to tie it. It makes it a lot more difficult because the three is a lot more difficult of a shot. Now, here's the key for the Suns, and I don't know if this is something that Coach Gooding's thinking, but they have a foul to give. They could actually make them bring the ball in and then foul them and not let them get their play ran and then have to maybe run that play from a different spot. Now, having said that, the Panthers do have one more timeout remaining, but they do have a foul to give, and I would not see the Suns be surprised to see the Suns foul, especially since Griffin Tippie has no fouls. Jaron Henry on the floor has no fouls, and Walker only has one, and then 2 fouls apiece for McClintock and Akers. So tons of fouls and a foul to give. And will they foul? They will not foul. It's going to go to the corner. Wiskerchi for 3. It's short. Rebound. Put back off. No good. Henry with the rebound. And they're going to get it out to Walker, and that's how it's going to end. The Suns are going to get the win over the Panthers. They survived. They scored 12 as opposed to the 18 scored by the Panthers in quarter number 4, but it was enough to get the win. And the Panthers, though, man, you cannot say enough about them, how hard they fought to get back in this. Ginenbacher had a team-high 11 points, 9 points for Hoosier, who had 7 of those in the fourth quarter, or in the second half, fourth quarter, actually. 17 points to lead all scorers for the Suns and the Panthers. 17 points for Tippie, and 10 points in double figures was Aiden Akers. So a great comeback comes up just a little short for the Panthers, and a huge response for the Suns, who get the win 39-36 here tonight at Southeastern High School. Thanks for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. That's going to do it from Augusta, Illinois. You've been watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sun Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. So for Brandon Thomas, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again very, very soon from right here in Augusta, Illinois. See ya.